Shadiversity has maintained my interest because he keeps being mad about the silliest shit. I can't stop watching Shad get mad about the silliest shit. He is here with Fluffy and Skim Milk. Those are his co-hosts, Fluffy and Skim Milk. And I skipped the intro because it's a 44-second ad for this plushie that you don't want. So we're here, 44 seconds in. He's mad right now about the Suicide Squad video game. And I'll tell you what. Have you seen what the Suicide Squad. Okay. Look at the name of this video game. If you've never seen it. If you've never seen it in your life. It's called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Chat. What do you think you do in the video game Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? I'll give you a second just to ponder it. Use your brains for a second. Just use the evidence, maybe what you know, context clues about the characters or pop culture that you're already familiar with. Chad, I think some of you have gotten it. You are highly skilled detectives in the evidence game. Easily the smartest chat on the platform. You do, in fact, kill the Justice League. They are turned evil by some mechanism within the story that I won't spoil because I want you to go play that game. Actually, I don't care, and also I don't know. I don't know it, actually. I'm ignorant. But I do know that they get to kill the Justice League. You kill them. Better not be what I think it is. The game is bad. Who cares? You get to kill the Justice League in the game that says kill the Justice League. Let's see why we're mad, Chad.
Welcome back to The Watch, and gentlemen, I have a question.
Go for it.
Why? Just
You know what we got to hear? 4 mouth slaps in that second. Great. What an excellent intro to that video. That captured my fucking attention. Thanks.
just why? Because when people make certain decisions, right, that are completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
So they just have to act mad and dejected, and that's how they enter this. That's their personalities. I have to feign actual full anger, and I'm not an actor, so I'm not good at it. But look, I got a little Gambison hoodie or whatever. I got chainmail. You got a chainmail hoodie. They gave him they don't let him have the chainmail hoodie. He has to wear the little guy tunic. That's because he's skim milk, all right? It's Fluffy. Fluffy gets the chainmail because he's got better hair.
It makes me wonder why they did it.
Why they did what? Let's talk about
your favorite superhero, Shad? I'm just curious. No, genuinely, I'm just curious.
So,
are you more of a Marvel or a DC guy?
I'm a bit of both. Yeah. Spider-Man and Superman are probably my favorite.
I knew he was going to say Superman. Do you know how I knew he was going to say Superman? Right fucking here. I knew he was going to say Superman because of the shitty super OP book character. Stupid.
Nathan?
Spider-Man and Batman.
Oh, chat. Oh, man. We have some pretty upset people in chat. I'm so freaking ticked off at this video game right now. Says darling dude. Dang. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they did this to your characters.
Wow.
Childhood.
People like Superman are sus. I agree. Superman kind of sucks. And the reason he kind of sucks is because the biggest threat to him is just the people around him. So those are always the stories. That's the story every fucking time. He just kind of sucks. It's just because of the power creep problem, right? Dragon Ball Z fixed this problem by just having a guy who could shoot better laser beams and punch faster and dodge quicker. They're like, I'll show him having a hard time doing it and it'll be fine. Superman is like, well, how many guys can have a hard time with Superman? He can do whatever he wants, right? The good stories about Superman are almost always where Superman is evil or dying, right? He's just dead, like Death and Return of Superman. I like that. Batman's more interesting because he's just a psycho. Everyone likes a psycho detective, okay?
I'm more of a Superman, Batman kind of guy. Like, I love those others, but like if it comes first, Superman, Batman is where I'm at.
Superman isn't cool.
I should say, I just love the superhero genre across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get into, there's some, Flash I didn't really get into and stuff.
Fuck you. Flash is the best one. You know why? Because he just goes fast. That is his whole shit. He goes fast as fuck. Faster than you can, for sure. Because he's the Flash. He's got Speed Force. You know what I don't like? The Flash TV show. It sucked. Ass. Total ass water. I mean, what can you do with a guy who goes fast anyway? What can you do? Flash is cool, though. Flash is cool. He even had a cool outfit. I always liked his like, you know, his vibe. Barry was fun. I haven't seen the Flash movie. I haven't seen it at all. Flash has the least good media of any superhero. Even Green Lantern. Vosh tier superhero takes? No. Flash is like one of the coolest DC. So in the ensemble, though. Like, because when I was growing up, the cartoon was definitely like, it was Toonami, and then they had like the old, was it Boomerang? And they would play like Justice League and Justice Friends. Flash is always cool, and then in the revamps, he's always the coolest. And then his back and forths with Hal are pretty cool. I get, you know, but Green Lantern is lame. Okay? Green Lantern is just goofy. Like, he's just doing goofy stuff all the time. Which is why you have to do it right. If you do a Green Lantern movie in the future, you have to, it's got to be goofy. Because it's just, he can literally think of whatever he wants. And you know he thinks of stuff that's not going to help sometimes. Okay? It's more of an Invincible guy. Everyone at Shad's table. I'm more of an Invincible. I like Invincible. Invincible's pretty good. I haven't seen the second season. Is it bad?
Stuff, but you know, I've read heaps of Batman.
Wait, I heard the book was bad though. I haven't read the books.
And heaps of well, it's Justice League, but Avengers, all that stuff. And I got certain collections behind me.
We are big superhero fans.
Yeah,
massive superhero fans.
Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, buddy cop movie, or so yeah. This is what you could do really great buddy cop stuff with the Hal Jordan stuff out in space doing shit, or I guess here as well. I suppose.
Massive superhero.
Also, Rocksteady, because I know you and me, I don't know if you've played the Arkham games as well.
Played some of them.
I love the Arkham games.
Crazy.
Some of the best games I think ever made.
Yeah, especially in the superhero genre as well.
Yeah, like Spider-Man games have then copied Arkham game mechanics because of how well they did it in the first time. Yeah. So I think when we all heard initially they're making another superhero game, we're all kind of like, okay, sparked interest.
Are we all gay yet? Bro, are you okay?
Interest. But then once you delve in more, then we aren't as excited.
These guys have no fucking charisma or chemistry. Like, if they had no charisma, but all of them liked each other and hung out, but he was just like, and I don't even know, Shad, have you ever played the Arkham games? This is my favorite game of all time.
Salami?
This is his favorite game of all time. All of them. He's never talked to Shad, his pal, about the games. Why are you like this? How is this real? They don't know each other. Well, I'm more of a Squirrel Girl guy. Ooh. Is that a red flag? I've never read Squirrel Girl.
So there were warning signs, red flags, you could say, about this game. And the game is out now, I hear. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the warning signs, red flags, are proving to be somewhat accurate. In fact, it goes even further. The level of hate, it seems
destruction.
Destruction, yeah. Like the people who made this game, like when I say hate, yeah, they want to destroy it because they hate it, right?
What?
The level of hate and dislike they have for these classic heroes seems to be pretty extreme.
What are you talking about? It's Suicide Squad.
Go.
It's just Suicide Squad. She never loses at all, but all her fights are off screen. Squirrel Girl? Is that really actually how it works? I've never seen it. Squirrel Girl is stupidly overpowered as, I guess, a joke, but I don't care because she's awesome. Is she? I don't know anything about this.
I actually said this. You weren't here when I was having this conversation with Nathan the other day, when I saw some what's happened.
This man's going to watch an ad for me.
And I usually, when you say something, Shad, like you're like, oh, it's a conspiracy. Well, I'm sitting here like, yeah, right, whatever. But it gets to the point where...
Do not give him a sub.
Why would you...
Burn in the ads. Do not give him a sub.
You make a game about Suicide Squad. First off, they've been trying to push them as like a IP that people care about. I don't care.
Especially Harlequin.
It's just the whole team. I don't want to play. Don't get me wrong. I like the whole anti-hero thing, but at the same time, when you get it in addition to the superhero thing, which we haven't gotten,
That's exactly what this is. They literally are doing the in addition to superhero thing, and they're fighting them. You have to fight the Justice League. You kill them with your guns and stuff and other shit. This is the story they're telling. I mean, you don't like it? Go play it. Did he literally just say Harlequin instead of Harley Quinn? Yeah, he fucking did, didn't he? He's a huge he's offended. He says Harlequin. You're right. Huge fan says Harlequin.
They want to kill all the heroes. They want to kill all your favorite childhood heroes, which I don't even want to play a game where
What do you mean they make a million Batman movies?
Of the mumbo sauce.
You think this game's gonna kill Batman and then they're never gonna do another Batman thing or something? Batman has died a million times in I just like one of my favorite. Oh my god! Look at this. This is one of my favorite fucking games on Super Nintendo growing up. The death and return of Superman. They literally fucking kill him. It's also long hair Superman. He's got long hair. Look at it. He's punching the guys. He's punching folks. This game is hard as shit, actually. It's so tough. Not good at it. Anyway, he dies.
I'm talking about Jake, bitch.
Then you gotta go you gotta be Cyborg Superman and stuff. Squirrel Girl is the strongest. She can take on Infinity Gauntlet Thanos alone and win. Why? It's just a joke. It's just a funny haha.
Kill all my childhood heroes. I have zero interest in that.
And not only kill them, right? They want to kill them maliciously and with spite.
Yes.
It's Suicide Squad. You guys are pussies. This is so fucking lame.
This is the big issue.
Completely changing what they are. Now they're evil, they're killing.
Playback
so now
speed
you need to kill all your
1.25.
heroes. Just on the premise alone, I'm not interested. Then we have the characters, the Suicide Squad, not interested. And then we come to the issue of like the broader context of this, Indiana Jones, Terminator, Star Wars, National Treasure. We can keep going. We can do the whole list if you want.
There's a mess of this.
It gets to a point where it's like,
What?
This isn't an accident.
What are you mad about? Capitalism again? This guy's mad about capitalism?
Doing this on purpose at this point, and this is starting to really piss me off.
It really makes you mad? You're mad right now? You're pissed off? I just genuinely can't imagine mustering an emotion about the Suicide Squad video game. Like in a negative direction. Like if you just really like it, dope. But like being mad about a video game you don't like? The only way I would be mad is if I like pre-ordered it and it sucked. I'd be like, damn, I spent $70 on this or whatever. When are we getting actual Jake Corn Daddy plushies? When I have Shadiversity, millions of subscribers, money to do this, or someone sponsors me and just makes me a little guide that people want. But I'd have to seek that out or something. And can you believe I'm not on the hustle? I'm not on the grind set. People have been asking for merch for this channel for years. Years, I say. I could take more money. And what if you just subscribed immediately instead? Should HQ have killed Batman gently? Oh, Harley Quinn. While apologizing to all the fanboys and then committing... Yeah, I don't know. Like, just fucking blow his head off. I don't care. Yeah, there will be other Batman stories. Batman has beat the shit out of Harley Quinn, like, hundreds of times. She gets a W now, and they're pissed. I don't care. It's also evil Batman. It's not even regular Batman.
As it should. And, like, should this surprise us that the type of people who make this game, who hate traditional values and traditional masculinity, hero's journey stuff and everything like that.
What do you mean traditional masculinity? There are masculine men in the fucking video game. Why are you upset? There's a literal shark Hulk man.
Seem to like and identify and want to make a game celebrating villains, and the game is structured basically to desecrate and destroy the classic heroes that stood for really positive things. Because this thing, they actually think these heroes, the classic heroes that are so uplifting and inspiring, are problematic.
That is not why the video game kills the character. It's the premise of the fucking show or of the video game. Like, it's just the premise. Kill the fucking Suicide Squad. You're so dumb. Why is Shadiversity so dumb? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I've put it up to 1.25. Every time he makes me just fucking annoyed, I'm going to put it up one more. And if I get to 2 times speed and I can't even watch this video anymore, then I guess we're just done.
One, well, they just don't have the right color skin, all right? They're just a symbol of the patriarchal society that is oppressing everyone, right?
Harley Quinn's white. There's like 3 white characters. I don't know.
Go.
Harley Quinn almost killed him once before in the animated series, only stopped because she wanted the Joker to see. She caught him. She bested him. Why are they mad? I mean, but this is just one. That's just one instance of that happening. She's done it before in other situations as well. It's just that in the fucking Arkham game specifically, you get to beat the fuck out of Harley Quinn. I like the Harley Quinn movie actually, the Emancipation of Harley Quinn. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't great or anything, but it was good. I heard the Harley Quinn TV show is good. I've watched a few episodes of it. It's pretty gay. It's fun. But it's a little goofy, so you kind of got it's better Rick and Morty in my opinion.
And the injustice and the fact that Batman is rich, well, he's just a villain as a result. I mean, he's been fighting crime and sacrificing his own happiness to protect others as a result, but because he's rich, right? He is benefiting from unjustified privilege and generational wealth. And when we say people that hated this has already been exposed, where the woke progressive crowd have.
Don't say that you'll summon the Rick and Morty fans. The Clubbing Baby Seals guy is already in my chat. You know he fucking loves Rick and Morty. That man has a Wubba Lubba Dub Dub tattoo.
Hated Batman because he's white and rich and a male.
Harley Quinn is a baddie, that's true.
Right? Where they've had job interviews. This was for the whole G4 stuff, where in the job interview process they asked, so why is Batman problematic, basically? Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but they're essentially asking, why is
Batman problematic? The worst thing about Batman is that he doesn't use his billions of dollars to systemically improve the city he fights crime in. Instead, he puts all of that into his personal pursuit of beating the shit out of each individual criminal. Right? That's the worst part about Bruce Wayne. You could easily write something into the Bruce Wayne story to say that he doesn't actually have assets like that. He just has this mansion and it's essentially fucking empty. And then he just has like this fucking psycho thing going on in his head. That would be a cool Batman, right? Just like a fucking actual goblin man that lives in the husk, this old fucking my parents are dead and I wallow in my parents are dead every day and I avenge them with bats. That's a cool story, but he has billions at his disposal. It sucks. Billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne sucks. I actually like the Robert Pattinson Batman for this reason, because he's not really about that life. I think he's pretty good. Yeah, and they're mostly mentally ill, yeah. And that's usually the thing, is like they're just, although it's more than mentally ill, they're like, you know, fucking carving people with knives and shit and doing calendar murders and shit. So it's not just that, but yeah, they use the asylum, which is fine. You can have a madness thing. I like that. That's a normal human thing. And I don't think Batman really, I think the way Batman goes about it is always of trying to help, although he punches them. But it's fun anyways. I actually don't think they use it terribly. Old stuff, it does a little bit more. You have to have a high IQ to enjoy not watching Rick and Morty. I don't even not like Rick and Morty conceptually. It just got so fucking tight. Like Justin Roiland just comes through that, and you're just like, oh my god, you can't just throw money at that. Well, yeah, like the supervillains do, but that's not when they approach it in any sort of like gritty sense. It's always like, I gotta stop the criminals, and then he's like punching a bank robber. You can actually systemically stop bank robberies, right? Because people rob banks because they don't have enough money to live, and like you can give people survival necessities and the impetus to do crime to survive and succeed in a world where they're not doing so.
My corn is so moist that it's actually dripping.
Thank you, Silverway. It starts to go away, and you see crime drop in every situation like that. Of course, you could still do that and have Batman. You could even have a story where Batman's trying to do that, but like the Joker and stuff is just, you know, it's just too destabilized by these other people. But really, the story is usually that Batman incites those people to exist anyway, so he's also the cause of the problem. And I think it's more of like a mirroring of the story. Like, Batman causes supervillains to exist because he is a superhero, and then that just causes like a rubber band effect in the DC universe because people like are like, whoa, we gotta push back against that. And then also he causes crime because he doesn't address it with his billions of dollars. So you have these two guys that are fucking up the whole time. I like that. If that's the story, that's cool. But they never really address it in Batman stories because they're not woke enough, okay? Batman should be black immediately. Actually, Black Batman would be kind of cool. Black Batman would make a lot of sense, too, because he doesn't trust cops, and they would just lose their fucking minds. But it would be cool. Like, can you imagine the opposite? Like, just flip it on its head. Instead of a billionaire, actually an orphan who doesn't have $1 billion to fucking fall back on, and that guy turns into Batman. Tell me that story. And if you're gonna do Black Batman, cool. You can do Black Billionaire Batman too, but then it's like you're just doing that. But that's why I like Gremlin Batman right now, because he's sort of in between those two things. Robert Pattinson Gremlin Batman, like it. Don't let me do this. There's the one. Why does that happen to me? It's like sitting in there latently. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get to the bottom of that.
Just like these classic, noble, virtuous things, so much so.
Mahershala? I mean, yeah, I think Mahershala would do a great job. But these guys would freak the fuck out. It would be a whole thing. I don't want to talk about Black Batman. Why can't these people just do stuff? Right? It could also just have nothing to do with it. You could just do it like James Bond, and who gives a fuck who Bruce Wayne is? That would be fucking dope, too. It could never be. But I would like them to change the story, I guess is what I'm saying. I would like to see a fresh take on it. Whether you change his race or his fucking gender or any of that shit, I don't give a fuck. I just want to see a fresh take on the story. Because I like the idea of... I like the core of Batman. Like, where it got to. Like, the Arkham sort of... Like, this tortured psycho that wants to solve crimes real bad. And he dresses up like a bat. Fuck yeah, he's a detective. I'm in. Vengeance. The dead parents thing is stupid. My parents are dead. All right, people have dead parents and they don't fucking turn into superheroes. All right, man. I don't know. But his parents are dead. They were killed. I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever. You know what would make more sense? Is if he... Ooh. All right. Hold on. He's boring me. You know what would make more sense for a Batman story? Is if you wanted to do that? Is if he just gets, like... Because most people don't just dwell on that moment, even if it fucks them up, right? That way. That's not really how we process things. But... Like, what if he got I don't know, triggered, I guess, by a similar event, and then so he's Bruce Wayne, he's an orphan, he goes away, and he becomes a man, and he just does billionaire boy stuff, and he just grows up like in that life, and he's just trying to cope stuff, and he has like a few things, and maybe that's why how he learns how to fight or something. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But like, that's how you can incorporate the Robin character, re-traumatized. There you go, re-traumatized by seeing like Robin's, I don't know, Dick Grayson or whatever, reimagine, not a fucking acrobat. They don't exist. We don't do circuses anymore. I guess he could go to fucking Vegas or something, but lame. Something different, something cooler. I don't know what it would be, but yeah, like as a kid, yeah. Alfred better be there. Ooh, I do like an Alfred though. I do like Alfred. I like. They never do Batman found family stuff well enough either, because Batman Bruce is always so fucking like, I gotta be cold and fight, and I gotta be alone, and I can never ask for help, and you're all in danger, even though I essentially groomed you all to be fighting crime orphans. And we never really discussed that. Anyway, it's his fault. He's a fucked up guy. All right, so... Let's see if we can get through the next let's see if we can make it to 8 minutes in this video. Holy shit.
That when it comes... Well, they have a choice. Which game would they make? A game about the heroes or villains that are...
Lego Batman's good.
Pushing to be, trying to be sympathetic and kind of understand them. And we've seen signs. This is just another, like, there are signs everywhere where it's blatant at this point. But a big example for me is Wheel of Time Season 2. They devote episodes to try and make a villain sympathetic in the TV show Season 2 adaptation. And then
A villain sympathetic? Who would do that, Shad? You have a literal fucking genocide Nazi rapist as your protagonist. It's literally the point of your fucking shitty book, dude. That show sucks. Don't make me defend that show, but you can and ought to make your villains likable in whatever ways you can. Make them interesting. That's what makes them good villains. You're like, oh, fuck, that's a good villain because it's fucked up. I can kind of see where he's coming from on this. And maybe he goes a little bit too far, but I can see where he's coming from on this, you know? It's a good villain.
they go out of the way to make the heroes morally grey and making deals with the devil where these characters would never in a million years have done in the books. Time and time again, we see this trend of them wanting to destroy the heroes and celebrate the villains. And now we have the Suicide Squad, which is the most recent encapsulation and evidence of this to a really vile extent, because they didn't just have to kill the heroes. No. Literally, when they kill the Flash, one of the Suicide Squad members pisses on him.
It's Suicide Squad. I can't believe these grown men are offended by this. They're offended by this. They're literally the snowflake. This is the most pathetic Shad video I've ever seen, and there was one where we watched him mule and just be fucking brother. His brother is an actual artist. I'm actually an artist. Tell me I can be called and considered an artist and an author as good as the professional. And they're like, nah, not really. You're not that good. And he's like, please. That was pretty pathetic. This is more pathetic. Because not only are they genuinely pissed off, but they're so genuinely pissed off that they can't even muster what I would describe as actual anger or excitement or incitement. These are just passionless fucking losers, dude. Are both of these guys Mormons too? Or is this just a Shad thing? Are these guys from the Mormon community?
On Flash's dead body. That is a level of spite and maliciousness that is not there by accident.
It's definitely a joke in Suicide Squad. They piss on the Flash. Pissed on the Flash. It's probably Boomerang Man, too, who is one of his villains. I don't know it for sure. I haven't watched it, but it's a league of bad guys being forced to be good guys. Why wouldn't they take a piss on the guy that threw them in the slammer? Right, exactly. He's a villain. I don't even know this for a fact, but I would assume that's Boomerang Man. Yeah, see, exactly. I didn't even know, but I knew, right? Because I just know the characters a little. I'm not even a huge Suicide Squad guy. It's just like, I like the movie a lot. Peacemaker is a great show. If you haven't seen Peacemaker, you should give it a shot. It's actually so much better than I thought it was going to be.
All right? You can really tell the writers who made this thing, they were happy, they liked it, they were getting joy out of pissing on, well, in their mind, a problematic straight white male hero, right?
They didn't say that at all. The person who fucking pisses on him is, I believe, a straight white man. What's Peacemaker? Peacemaker, if you've seen Suicide Squad, it's a character from the Suicide Squad, played by John Cena, who is a man so driven by the pursuit of peace that he's willing to kill for it. That's very good. He's so good. John Cena is a really great actor in that. I want to watch it again, I guess.
It needs to be torn down. That's their symbology, you know? Pissing on the patriarchy.
So why don't we do a little bit of a recap of our last video on this? Because there's more than...
You're going to recap another video? Oh, boy.
First off, we have all the issues with story, narrative, the premise of the game. There's also other issues that we've had just with the launch of the game. So let's go back a little bit. First up, it's a live service, which, becomes a looter shooter. People are not very happy about these things. Then the game launches, and it goes down within the first hour.
Yeah, well, it's funny because they paid for early access of the game, and then they open the game, and the game's completed. Yeah. So there's a bug as well on pre-release launch.
Yeah, but that also allowed people to see what the end,
spoil the ending for everyone straight away.
Then we have the issue of the game being set in the Arkhamverse, one of the most beloved verses of games and stuff ever, and everybody was so very, very upset that this was Kevin Conroy's last performance. Then it was so bad that they had to come out and say, no, it's not his last one. Don't worry, guys.
There's a TV show and stuff.
It was that bad. So there's a lot of just, besides all these other things, there's even more issues.
I don't know anything about this game. I don't care. I'm didn't plan on playing it. So how isn't it just like, how do you care about this?
And more red flags. So this game, I genuinely hope it crashes and burns. I'm done with this sort of stuff, man.
Yeah, the fact that this game, especially coming from Rocksteady, who've made some pretty solid games in the past, you can clearly tell the team who made the previous games are no longer there, and it's new studio basically now.
This is not made by the same people. And by the way, there's like propaganda. They have the
You know what's great? Having loving fiends and family. Hell yeah, dude. You summon some demons for Thanksgiving, bro?
LGBT authoritarian-looking flag thing in the game. I've seen screenshots of that. And then, of course, they have weird things, Poison Ivy being reincarnated as a child. It's like what? And again, why? She has the ability to reincarnate as, full grown. So this is an active choice they made. And then, of course, the hero deaths, right? So...
Well, something that I've also been seeing a lot of people, come to the conclusion of, which is good, is,
Speeding
why
it
are we
up?
just getting, a Superman game? Which is... Everybody's sitting there like, why are we getting this? We don't want Suicide Squad. It's like James Gunn with his reboot of the DCEU, where it's like he's starting with all these characters we don't care about before he gets to the...
And he's also starting with Justice League, which is, again, one of those edgy, violent kind of, Justice League clones, right? And I did enjoy it, but it's getting tired now, where everything needs to be either violent or a deconstruction of classic noble heroism, where there's not really heroes, they're all morally grey, and I just can't stand it.
We're all morally great. You literally fucking did this thing. You did that. They're all morally gray. Dude, so people are complex, and that's interesting. They don't even have to be morally gray. They can have very clearly defined morals, and they can still be interesting because you can see some merit in their thought process. If they're just abjectly evil, it's not interesting. It's just like, oh, that guy's evil. Let's kill him.
And what's annoying,
Your family and frowns. Oh, no. Supportive drive. I got sober in 2014. That's pretty good, man. I'm glad you're sober. Are you... Well... You were sober in 2014. You're good now, though? You're still sober? Happy for you, man. Your thumb's broke. The LGBT flag thing he mentioned is literally just a banner in a random tunnel. They have a random LGBT flag in the video game, and he can't stand it.
Go.
Can't believe the studio behind the game murdered the VA after he was recording. They needed to make sure he died so that his last performance would be one where the character dies. That's right. They caused him to die in real life.
Superman is not that. He should
Yes.
Superman should be the beacon of virtue, the incorruptible hero.
Take something like Invincible. I'm fine with the sort of the violence, because that's what it's based around, and same with something like The Boys. It's supposed to be a subversion. It's supposed to be dark hero stuff.
Just on the Invincible.
Suicide Squad is a subversion. The Suicide Squad books and movies subvert all of these too. What the fuck are you talking about? They just don't know what they're saying. I cannot finish this whole video. All right, 2 times speed. Let's see how far we can get.
Thing. But one of the reasons why I love Invincible, it actually has that incorruptible hero-ness in it. The character is truly good. It's violent,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
But
captured
it actually stays true to the highest noble kind of virtues of heroism, which so I really love Invincible, right? So
But what I mean by that is that we've got our anti-hero and our dark hero stuff in other stories, which I like and I'm happy with. But when it comes to my actual heroic heroes, like Superman, I want them to be that. That's
Okay, but they wanted to fucking murder Superman, though. And so they did. They literally just killed him. Along with all the others.
what they need to be, not this dark stuff.
And so the question still hangs in the air. Like, why even pick the Suicide Squad to begin with? The movies didn't do that great,
Really?
right? And the
The movie didn't do that great. It didn't? Everyone liked that movie. Didn't everyone like Suicide Squad? The second one? The one with the big star guy? If you haven't seen it, it's really great. It's a really fun movie. Easily the best DC movie. James Gunn made it. Second one did well. I thought everyone pretty much liked it. The Suicide Squad was fantastic. Yeah, everybody liked it. They both had Margot Robbie. So you're mad that I'm an anti-theist and you decided to lash out irrationally, showing me that you have the emotional capacity of a fucking teenager, Baby Seals guy? Wow, it's a really glowing review of the way your family raised you. You know? You see what I'm saying? Like you seem to have like a fundamental flaw with the way that you think about stuff at the jump. Like it's all fucking emotions. I'm atheist, but I'm not anti-religion. Really good. Cool. That's great, man. Well, I am I'm anti-theist. Would you like to come on stream and talk about why I'm an anti-theist? You've talked enough shit at this point. Speaking of talking shit, I'm done with this Shad video. I mean, they're literally bitching about the same thing over and over. It's done. It's done. consider Shad done with this video. The Suicide Squad actually can kill Batman or fucking anybody. Oh my god, look at this.